I think that's not even his name anymore, right? It's
Yay.
Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned Ye, which okay, I'll go along with it. You mentioned his name and how he was in the news, and you said, did you see his interview? Now, since then he's done more interviews. So
All right.
what do you think? Have you been watching the interviews? What do you think about what he's saying in general?
Well, first of all, half of his interviews are like way too long.
Yeah, right.
I saw like a lot of his like TikTok clips of. Oh man, I like that.
They're like 2 hours long, some of them.
Man, I watched Drink Champs, and it was just like a lot to take in. But I mean, listening to him, you gotta be in a place of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot that he is saying that has like some truth to it. And I'm not talking about the anti-Semitic things. I'm just talking about in general. Like, so you know me as like a spiritual person.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feed off anybody who has like that type of spiritual contact. So he's always bringing God into every interview. You see him sometimes, he'll just be zoning out. And then it's like almost like he's like praying in his mind. And then all of a sudden he just starts getting into a whole totally different conversation. And he takes like the conversation to like us when we talk. It'll start here, but then it goes like a full circle, and then it goes right back to what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? But then I'm like, oh, I get it. So a lot of times he like doesn't make sense, but then again he does make sense. So I watched a few of his interviews, and people are like saying like he's like a lunatic, he's crazy. I don't get that vibe. And if he is, man, he's doing something right, because he made millions. Oh, I'm sorry, billions. But now he's losing it.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of deals because of the stuff he's been saying.
So what do you think? You think he's doing something right? Because this guy could have been chilling,
Mm-hmm.
making his money, go somewhere far and just relax. What is he fighting for? He's already living the good life.
Yeah, I think Yay or Ye. What is it? What is it?
Yay.
Yay. I
Get
think
it right.
I think Ye is like a lot of us, but without a filter. So I think he says the stuff that maybe you'll say in a closed off, in a barbershop with people, and he'll say a lot of those thoughts, but he doesn't filter them out for society. So I think he's just whatever comes to his head, and I mean he is right about a lot of the stuff he says, but whatever comes to his head, he just says it.
And it comes out in a way that is like,
well, in our clip culture, like you said, the TikTok or Instagram or YouTube clip culture, you can cut out little sections and you can make it seem like anything.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, he's put his foot in his mouth a lot of times.
right.
And some of the stuff he says, I don't agree with. I don't agree with everything, but a lot of it makes you think, hey, maybe he's onto something. But the whole kind of getting into like just singling out an entire race, instead of having a problem with maybe a particular person. Oh, this person screwed me over. I think what people are having a problem with is him singling out an entire race, and instead of saying there's certain managers or there's certain people in the industry that I've had trouble with, he just kind of says, oh, this race, and that's kind of like a step backwards.
Yeah, I mean, I get what he was trying to say, but here's the thing. People are not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
They know what he's trying to say. And I don't think he's trying to be racist towards a certain race. I think he's just, hey, this is what's going on. So if you come from a place of understanding, like, why is he feeling this way and why is he saying the things he's saying? When I look at what he's saying, I don't think he's trying to be racist or trying to be against a certain race. I think he's trying to express himself in a way that he usually expresses himself that catches like attention.
Mm-hmm.
But he, like you said, yeah, he should single out these certain people. But the way he's coming off, it looks like it's a little like, hey, you're attacking the whole race.
Yeah.
But that goes vice versa in everything. That like a lot of people do that. He's not the only one that's done that. A lot of people have done that. I'm not saying as far as like the anti-Semitic stuff, but everybody kind of You know, when
He has a voice, though. He has a big voice. A lot of people listen and watch and talk about.
right. That's the only thing that makes the difference between what he's saying than what everybody else is saying. You know, what he's saying is like barbershop conversations or conversations that you have like on a porch, shooting the shit with your friends, just talking, or a little debate thing at a party. Like, these are things that, like, this is not the first time I've heard these things, but they're making, Kanye. But like these days, everybody is.
Yeah, you know, it's sort of what he has a big stage. He did really well with music, right? He's really talented with his music.
Genius.
And then that gave him an opportunity to go out and do other businesses, and he's gotten into clothes and whatever, sneakers. And honestly, not necessarily that any of the clothes or sneakers are any good, but he has you know, whether they are or aren't, I haven't seen anything special, but that's given him the opportunity to go out and do this stuff.
He's so much of a genius that he made everybody pay $400, $300 for ugly sneakers.
Yeah.
Who can do that? How much influence can someone have like that? Like, people pay, like, I'm sorry, Yeezys are ugly, but they are comfortable. But he can convince people to pay like $300 or $400 for Yeezys.
Well, that really says something about us and our culture than anything else, right? That really says something about the people today. Just they see something, and no matter what the cost, they wanna have it because somehow it's going to connect them with this celebrity, or it's going to make you seem special, and it's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But he just knows, and he's been in and out of. Guy's made so much money. He's been places that we've never been before. So a lot of people will like criticize him for the things that he says. But what did he experience? Mm-hmm. Is he like letting out the truth? Maybe this is just me just watching so much TikTok of people saying that they're with Kanye. Just from watching a lot of different like clips of people.
Yay, you mean?
Oh yeah, yay. Sorry. Where he's getting supported by a lot of people, but he's also getting not so much support from a lot of other people. A lot of other people. So I don't know. When I watched the interview, I think if you actually really sit down and really pay attention to his interviews, I think he has something to say. Would I have worded it different, or would I probably wouldn't have said it in the way he said it. Like you said, like you're attacking a whole race, but you should have only been attacking the people who screwed you over. Not attacking, but like saying something about the people who screwed you over.
Right.
Like, put them on blast. But would it have the same effect?
If he said that? He brings attention to it, but attention to what? The only attention he's gotten right now is he's lost, you know, millions of dollars. He's lost contracts. I don't know. Is that good attention? I guess these days, any attention is good attention.
But he also, in each interview, he was trying to be more clear on what he was meaning by what he said. So if you're listening to what he's saying, he's trying to be a little bit more clear, and he's like, and he apologized a couple of times. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry if people are thinking that I'm offending a certain group. I'm not. Like, I've heard him apologize, but people are still taking it.
Well, like what you just said, I'm sorry if he used those words. I'm sorry if I'm offending a certain thing.
Yeah.
Well, you don't choose if you're offended, right? The person who's offended gets to choose if they're offended or not.
Right.
All right. And then, you know, you have the freedom to say whatever you want to say, and then the person that's hearing this has the freedom to be offended by it.
Right. No, they do. But I don't know. The more interviews I watch, I feel like he's definitely on to something, but I'm not sure yet. Because it's Kanye. Mm-hmm. He does everything different. He has. Like, come on, when he came on the hip hop scene, he was all poloed up. But he made you bob your head and like his music.
I never wore the double polos, and I never popped my collar.
Neither have I. That's right.
And I'm proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't have looked right. Definitely not.
That would be too hot in the summer. Two polos on top
Double
of each other.
polos.
That's just weird.